it's your student teacher Angel and welcome for today's discussion. Today, we will going to discuss the curriculum implementation in the Philippine context and researches on curriculum development local under Unit 3 from framework to practice the teacher's role in the Philippine curriculum implementation. So this is our learning objectives. So first, let's talk about curriculum implementation in the Philippine context. So this means what's written in the curriculum guide or the plan for what students should learn is actually taught by the teacher. So si teacher ang mag-use sa curriculum guide in order for them to be guided. So in the Philippines, the Department of Education or DepEd leads in implementing the K-12 curriculum, which means that the DepEd is in charge of making sure that the schools should follow the K-12 program, which helps the students to gain the knowledge, the skills, and the value that they need for life, for work, and for college. So now, teachers play a big role in this process. This means that the teachers are the one who brings the curriculum into life because the curriculum is being used by the teacher. Ang teacher ang magamit. And then, they adjust the lessons to make their lesson meaningful and relatable to their students. So this is what we call the localization, contextualization, and indigenization. So when we say localization class, this means that how the teacher uses things that is familiar to their students' own community. So for example, we have here our example. Reading local stories like Alamat ng Pinya or The Monkey and the Turtle instead of only foreign tales. So by that, they already used their own local stories. So instead of sa in another country, right? So by that, it can make our students more engaging because kabaluman sila sa imuhang gisulti sa ilaha. So that is localization. And the second is contextualization. This means teacher makes lesson more meaningful by connecting them to the real-life experiences sa estudyante. For example, teaching measurement by having students measure their own classroom or garden. So by that, you already apply the contextualization because they already experiencing it, right? So that is contextualization. And the last one is indigenization. So this means how the teacher include to their lesson the wisdom and the culture of indigenous people and the local traditions to preserve and to respect them. So for example, using indigenous material like bamboo, abaca, and rattan for crafting project. So those are the indigenous materials. So that is the example of indigenization. Now let's proceed to the researches on curriculum development local. So this means that this studies is conducted by the Filipino educators and the researchers in order to improve the country's curriculum works. So the goal is to find out what teaching method, materials, and programs are most effective for the Filipino learners. The result of this study helps the schools and the Department of Education or the DepEd make a better decision on how and what students should learn. So here are the example of local research work and the author. First, we have Jeroen Avel as Casino on 2023. He studied how the mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE is being implemented and its challenges. And also, we have Grace R. Campus in 2023. She reviewed how the K-12 curriculum changed the education system and student learning outcomes. And also, we have John Paul G. Fabregas and Joseph T. B. Taban on 2023. Research how teachers localize and contextualize their lessons in mathematics. And the last one is Reynaldo B. Inocean. His study is focused on indigenizing and localizing teaching strategies to make learning more meaningful to Filipino students. So, it is important to have a local studies in our curriculum, right? So, these studies is important. Why? Because they help improve the curriculum and ensure that it fits the real-life needs of Filipino learners. So that's the end of our discussion for today. See you again next time. Bye!